Hey, Redcasters, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Go Big Red.
Welcome to the Go Big Redcast, the Husker Fan Sports Show.
Welcome to the Go Big Redcast. This is our rapid reaction show. It's Redcast Abby and myself after the huge win over Akron this evening, 68-0. I guess
Hold on.
I should say
It's
what?
68 to zip.
To zip. Oh,
Get it?
I get it. I do get it.
You think Justin for that one.
Anyway, wait,
came
I
up
should
with
do
that
this right.
one.
I'm with Redcast Abby.
Hey, we held Akron to zip. That didn't even work. That was so stupid.
I don't generally drink at home, but there you go.
In
Cheers.
true sickos fashion, even though not relevant this game.
Not relevant.
To live, laugh,
Cheers.
punt, guys.
That's right. I mean, I don't even know what we're supposed to talk about on a rapid reaction show like this, but let's talk about the game.
Okay, yeah.
Give me your initial thoughts. Let's do this.
I knew we'd win. There was never a doubt. I knew we'd win by quite a bit. I did not anticipate winning as much as we did. Let me just say that. I also did not think we would have a shutout, which is amazing. First one since 2009, which is huge. And I think I tweeted it. I told everybody in the bar because I just repeat myself. These games are a lot more fun when you're watching and hoping we do something like that. Like, how many points can we get? Like, can we shut them out? As opposed to like hoping we don't lose. So that's my initial reaction. It's way more fun of a game to watch tonight.
So a little bit of self-promotion. I did hold a Husker watch party, but it was kind of last minute. I figured, hey, I'll use, Aloe is an official sponsor of the Nebraska Cornhuskers now for all of their sports. Some friends from Herdat sent me over a cool video that they posted. You can check it out at Hail Varsity. I don't have all of those assets like ready to post here online, but you can go to Hail Varsity on their Instagram. You can see where they actually were able to post some cool shots of the Aloe advertisements going on. And I think it was like the first quarter or pregame. So I hosted a party over at one of the local watch spots here called the Goat in Greeley. We had a few of us get together. Before the game, we were just kind of like, yeah, I hope we don't embarrass ourselves. I hope like this is Akron. Like, they stole a bunch of money from us a few years ago and we hopefully we can win that back from them. And I think that we did a pretty good job of that. Looking at the total stats here, we had 728 yards of offense. We had 494 passing yards and 234 rushing yards. Dylan Raiola had, oh my God, 364 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, a completion percentage of 77%. Based off of this, his rating was like 218.6, but I don't know what that rating is. There's so many different ratings out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the cool thing is we were sitting around talking like, oh God, I hope we get to see TJ Lateef tonight. He was 6 for 7 for 128 yards with a 239.3 rating. He didn't have any touchdowns passing, but he had 2 rushes for 17 yards, 8.5 yard average, and a touchdown. So yeah. And I think Honky actually texted us at one point and said Dylan can't do that. It was on a run. I think it was kind of like a play action maybe where he then ran around outside edge and ran it in for a touchdown. I said, like, let's do a rapid reaction because, hey, I've had a few beers. Look I have a Kool-Aid beer. Really, what is there to talk about? Nebraska went out there and finally, for the first time, I would say since 2009, went out, had a shutout. and did exactly what they were supposed to do for the first time in a really, really, really long time. And ironically, is that ironic? I don't know if ironic's the right word, but coincidentally, I was watching USC play Georgia Southern on the TV right next to the one I was watching it at the bar, and it looked like USC was going to struggle with them for a little bit. And there was a USC fan there talking about it. And I was just laughing and being like, oh, like this is so serendipitous that like these games are on, I mean, at the same time, because Nebraska was up, I think at the time, like 55-0 or something crazy that I could have never imagined. So, overall, it was a great night. Watching Nebraska go out there, do what they were supposed to do. It's the first time in a long time, in my opinion, that we did everything right. We had our third stringers in there. I saw Landon Davidson from Broomfield. He's a sophomore who switched from offensive line to the defensive line this year in the offseason. And I was talking with a couple of fellow Husker fans here from Greeley, Colorado, and I was pointing out that he was from Broomfield. So we just focused on him the last 2 series, I think it was. And he was being double teamed. He's like 6'8", 300 and some odd pounds. And he was being double teamed as a third stringer, at the end of the game. Like, our future is bright. I don't know where you were watching the game. I know you said you had about 20 minutes or so to get home. So
yeah,
thoughts?
down here in St. Louis, we have an alumni group that has watch parties at a bar. So we get together. There's, anywhere from like a dozen to 30 or 40 of us that will get together every week and watch. So that's where I was. I was with the Gateway Arch alumni group. So if you're in St. Louis, by the way, and you want to come watch, or Eastern Illinois, Western Illinois, whatever, I don't know directions. Feel free, reach out to me and we'll let you know where it's at. But yeah, so we watch with a bunch of alumni, Nebraska, people from Nebraska, that kind of thing. And had just a blast. It was so fun. Speaking of like, how bright the future is. This comment that we have, the future is bright in that quarterback room. I mean, that's just tip of the iceberg. Like you said, like there's so much talent. Sorry, Alf it's witching hour. So
No,
my cat has enemies and
my cats are in bed. They actually literally will walk into the bedroom and we shut the door with food
yeah,
and water at the end of the night. And
they don't. But but like it was so nice to, again, we had it during UTEP, right, where you would get kind of the backups in, but it really feels like it's been since that Northwestern 2021 game where we've gotten third strings in to play meaningful snaps. So the future's bright on the whole team. I think again, let's take into account it's Akron. They haven't scored a point all season.
Can you imagine?
And I don't even want to say like they lost to Wyoming, because like, shout out to Wyoming, they won another game. So like I don't want to put down Wyoming. But yeah, we got to take that into consideration a little bit. But even like you said, that our third stringers were getting triple team, that our third stringers were able to play against their first string defense and offense is a good sign. It's a great sign. And it's what we want to see against teams like this. It's what we used to see against teams like this.
Yeah. And so tell me, Abby, like what was at the start of the game through the first quarter? I realized like at one point we were up. I'm trying to remember it was a weird score. So we were up 7-0 and we fumbled the ball on the 1-yard line. And
I manifested that safety.
And you did manifest the safety. I will give that to you. You texted the group and you said, oh, well, that's fine. We can just get a safety now. And we actually got a safety twice, in my opinion, but that's a whole different story. But like, then we went up, I think we kicked a field goal. We were up 12-0. And I'm thinking in my head, like, shoot, here we go again. That's my language barrier. I'm trying to use shoot as the word I use. How are you feeling at that point?
At that point, I still like it felt good, right? Well, it didn't. Let me be clear. I was critical of the fact that was in this game 2 trips to the red zone with just a field goal, and how many times you add that into the Cincinnati game of trips to the red zone without getting a touchdown. And I was a little frustrated. I think to be completely honest, it was just like, please don't let us be this team that can like drive the field and do nothing with it. So it really took until we got a touchdown from being in the red zone to finally be like, oh, okay, yep, no, we can do it. So I think there was still some frustration, not really nerves, just kind of annoyance, because I was thinking like ahead. And when we play better teams, when we play Power 4 teams, when we play, God forbid, we just play Iowa, and those points you got to take advantage of them. It was just a little frustrating to still be seemingly unable to take advantage of those situations against a team like Akron. It was just very, very frustrating at the time. But then I think it was like, I don't know, we scored again, and it was when there was like 2 minutes left in the half, and the guy across the table from me is just like, "We'll score again." I'm like, "Come on now, like let's slow down, let's not get ridiculous." And then we scored again. I was like, "Oh, okay, this is taking advantage. This is putting your foot on their necks and not letting up," which I think is something that we've been so hungry for. Is just that like not playing conservative, or not that we were playing to lose, but like we did it. That was the goal. Not that you ever want to run the score up, but you take advantage of scoring opportunities.
No, you want to run. You want to run the
did
score
it.
up, and I'll tell you, Abby. Like, that's probably everything you just said there. That's the only thing I disagree with, is that this is a team that we have been watching for years, and we have become so content. So, what's the word that I want to use? Where we just don't care anymore. And apathetic, thank you, to the fact that, like, oh, we're going to win this game. It'll probably be 24-17, or, oh, we're going to win this game. It'll probably be 24-10, and we'll struggle throughout the night. Or, we will, probably have some turnovers, or, something bad is going to happen. And yeah, we had our first turnover of the season. Emma Johnson fumbled on like the 1-yard line. My gut turned at that point, because I was thinking, oh, shoot, here we go again. And when we finally went up, I think it was like 18 or 19 to nothing. I was like, kind of breathed a little bit of sigh of relief, because I started thinking to myself, this might be the moment where this team overcomes that inability to see past their past failures.
Yep.
And continue to struggle with the demons of teams past. And once they hit that second touchdown, I think it was the second touchdown, all of a sudden, I think it was to Lindenmeyer. It was like a nice little out or something to Lindenmeyer. By the way, congratulations to Lindenmeyer.
Yeah, he proposed to his girlfriend.
No, he proposed to his ex-girlfriend. She's now his fiance. Yeah, I know.
Okay,
roll
Rob.
your eyes at me.
She was his girlfriend when he proposed to her. So.
Yeah, she was. And I, at that point too, I think it was a collective sigh of relief, excitement, enjoyment from not only us, but I think the players on the field. I think they kind of felt like they were finally hitting a point where, okay, guys, we got this. And then they got into this rhythm on defense and on offense and on everything. And from that point on, it's the first time during a Husker game where I was actually more focused on like the UNC Bears, Northern Colorado Bears were playing Colorado State on the TV right next to, right? There was like 4 TVs in front of me. I was almost more focused on that game because UNC was winning until the final moments than I was on the Husker game, because the Husker game was like, oh, cool, we got this, no problem. And every time there was, and I still watch both games, but like I haven't felt that comfortable watching a game in a really long time. Shout out to TriStar for the donation to the Redcast. Bring back the Big 8. Shout out to Nebraska, Oklahoma, Iowa State, and Missouri. I I don't know. We could probably leave Missouri out of that. They can stay with the SEC. They chose their demons. They can go back. But
I mean, Oklahoma went to the SEC too. So
I keep forgetting that, But yeah, Oklahoma beat Michigan tonight, so they're good in my book for the moment. We probably go into Michigan at 3-0. Michigan will be 2-1, I think. So, hey, the Cats are good with me, Abby. That's fine by me. I think too we might be getting joined by Redcast Dave here in a minute. I knew Honky went to the game with his wife, and
yeah, it's been. I'll tell you, if we don't Honky tweeted something out, and I can't pull it up, and I'm not going to. Just about he's taken his wife to games against like Troy and Georgia Southern and some of these other games, and so he was just like sitting here like 47-0, getting to see second stringers, third stringers is like a brand new experience for her, basically.
It's a privilege.
So he talked about, he's like, so forgive me that I'm not going to criticize tonight, and I think that's such a great mentality to have. Like, there's always places to improve. But like Faux Polini wrote years ago and retweeted last week, like, this is just permission to enjoy this win. Enjoy these big victories when we get them. There's not a need to look ahead yet. Like, take that 24 hours, embrace this win, and then come back late. We can talk about the things that need to be cleaned up, because like Marty said, there's mistakes. There's things that we could do better. There's, more, things like that. There were penalties and things like that, yes, can all get cleaned up later, and discussed later and talked about or whatever. But for now, like, how it's just so great to have a win where you're just like, you know what? Nope. We're going to enjoy this. We're going to enjoy finally being a Big Ten team that plays an FCS team and scores more than 30 points on them. Because that was my other big takeaway, is like, you see Ohio State putting up these points, you see Oregon's, you see Indiana, for God's sake. But you see all these other teams, when they play these lower levels, they put up all of these points, and it's such an insane point differential. And it feels like historically Nebraska's always been that, like, well, we won 35-32, and it's like, geez, and so let's embrace this moment, this feeling of like, we get to be one of those teams that shut out an FCS team. We get to join that league of, I think there's 2 Big Ten teams today that did that, 3 now with us, and scored a bunch of points. Like, let's embrace that and enjoy it. And we can talk about other teams that lost if we want to and didn't have such good days. But I love this idea of like taking this time to be really positive and really live in this moment of, we did it. Like, we did it. How fun is it? Again, it's something I said, like, how much more fun is it to watch a game and be thinking like, oh, can we hold this shutout? I hope we continue to shut this team out, as opposed to like, oh, I hope we win. Or hope we, like you said, like, we don't embarrass ourselves. It's great. It's like such a fun opportunity we haven't had in a long time. There are people who were fetuses the last time we shut a team out. So literal fetuses and like literal toddlers. So this is, I mean, you don't need my permission, but like, permission to celebrate this and be really happy about this and save the criticism.
I mean,
save the criticism for tomorrow or the day after.
In 2009, I was still married to my first wife. I mean, that's how long it's been.
Yeah. I mean, I was in college in 2009, but I mean, Sasha, who we've had on the Husker Huddle, she was like, I was 3. And I'm like, shut up, you literal child. What are we doing here? So that's what I mean. Like, there's people who don't remember this. I mean, we get made fun of as Nebraska fans all the time, talking about like how great the 90s were. And like, those of us who got to grow up in the 90s and be alive and experience football then get to have that and talk about what the good days were. And I'm not saying that that's where we are. We're not doing the Texas, like, we're back thing. But there are people who who really haven't experienced that before. And so I love that they finally get to, and they get to see like what Nebraska football used to always be. You could almost always count on games like this in the past, and it's been a bumpy road, and it's been a while since it feels like we could count on games like this. So
What kind of whiskey are you drinking right now, Abby?
it is Lazy Guy Distillery, 5th
Uh-huh.
article, 1887 straight white. I don't know.
You've
It's
got
Dustin's.
the bottle. Jesus.
Well, because
Okay.
I knew you were going to ask, and I wouldn't remember. It's Dustin's favorite one. It's based out of Kennesaw, Georgia.
Okay.
So he went back a couple months ago, and bought a whole bunch. And it's the only one
Well,
that's open. So sorry,
drinking-
Dustin.
I'm drinking the Convivial. It's a collaboration between Weldworks and Russian River Brewing Company, two of the best breweries in the history of the world ever.
Nice.
And it's actually the last of 4 beers that came in a 4-pack that I bought for that. You can no longer get it. I've had it in my fridge for probably 10 months, this one beer.
Wow.
And I broke it open for you, you know?
Aw,
Yeah, I wanted to share that
that's
with
so
you.
nice.
Yeah, and it's
That's-
delicious. I'm not gonna Marty says it is wonderful seeing so many players having the opportunity. Marty, first of all, go to bed.
Yeah, Marty, what are you doing? Although you
I
know what,
know.
the very first comment we had was from my mom, and she needs to go to bed too. Laura, go to bed. No, just
Oh
kidding,
my
but save a
gosh. Yeah, I know. Like, come on, Marty. Aren't you watching Alex right now? Like, isn't that what you're doing right now? Like,
Maybe Alex is watching us too.
maybe, yeah. Well, Alex better not be up. All right. Alex is like 13 years old. So,
Yeah.
I know. I just wanted to do like a quick show. I didn't know exactly what we were going to be talking about, or I mean, I knew what we were going to talk about, but I mean, I didn't have any video prepared. I didn't have any of the stuff, Honky will get together and he'll like cut a bunch of video up really quickly and throw a bunch of tweets on there and all that. But, I'm more about, I don't know, what would we call this, raw dogging a show? I don't know. Like, is that, hey, this is,
No, but I don't like that. Can
no,
we
you
not call it
don't.
that?
I mean, it's a Redcast after hours. So, there you go.
Hours,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost asked
No,
you
I
to
think
bring
that's great. I
bring
think
Dustin on, but then I was worried that he'd start talking about Purdue, and nobody wants to talk about Purdue.
I want to tell you a fun fact about Purdue because they also won. And I think I put this again in our text chain.
It's the first time they're 2-0 since when?
No. No, it's not the first time they're 2-0. This is the first time that a coach in his first year at Purdue is 2-0 since the 1950s.
Since 1950s. Not even I was born back then.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
But think about you think about how long coaches tended to stay at schools. That's what I had to do. I was like, that's insane. That can't be. Oh, right. But like Ryan Walters obviously didn't. Jeff Brom almost did and then lost to Lamar Jackson's Louisville.
Say that again.
Lamar Jackson's Louisville.
Yeah.
Louisville.
In Colorado, we have a Louisville, but it's Louisville. Kind of like Beatrice is.
It's different in Nebraska. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I always
but
say it
we
like
have
my
a-
mouth
no, we
is
have-
full of marbles.
No, we have
That's
it.
the best way, but
We have a city or a town, city. I don't know, city or town in Colorado that is spelled Louisville, but it's pronounced Louisville.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't
Also,
know.
bad day for the Big Ten. We want to talk about something. Not a great day for the Big Ten. Not a great showing.
Actually, it's great. Michigan lost.
And Iowa lost.
Well, yeah, and let's be honest, like, yeah, no. I will never feel like it's a bad day for the Big Ten when either one of those teams loses. Sorry. Because I feel like everybody wins when they lose. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't see that. Home drinking iced tea. Is Marty, what's in the iced tea? That's what I want to know. So
Well,
fun
no,
fact,
but I
I
mean,
went
if
out
we want to talk,
I went out to Columbus, Nebraska one time and hung out with Mac, Mac from Redcast, and I stayed at his mom's house, and I swear to God, like, these ladies party. Like, I walked into
They
the
know what
house
they're
and the
doing.
first thing she was, and she's like, "Hey, do you want a Kugel? Have you ever heard of it?" No, it was spotted cow. That's what it was. Do you want a
Oh,
spotted
spotted
cow? And I was
cow.
like, I've never had a spotted cow. What's thinking it was like some kind of drink. She's like, it's a beer. I'm like, that's how like West Coast I am, because I didn't even know what a spotted cow was. Hey, Dave, how are you?
Hey,
Rob,
welcome.
are we just talking amongst ourselves, or do we have people actually listening to your story about a spotted cow?
Well, we have
We
319
had people listening to
on
the
right now.
podcast. They may have stopped
They
listening
may
when
have
Rob
stopped.
started talking about spotted cow.
Well,
Rob, you cut your hair.
Yeah, I shaved my head.
Yeah,
It's been that way it was on that the other night when I saw you on here
you must
too.
have had a hat on.
Yeah, I probably did. No, Marty had just commented that she was up late drinking iced tea. So I said, "What's in the iced tea?"
With lemon, apparently.
Apparently, yeah.
She's a wild woman, that Marty Honky.
She does not give a hair's dick what you think about what she's doing.
Well,
I love it.
I was trying to watch the language tonight, but since we're on there, go
It's
Dave.
after
No, I
hours.
mean that's Marty's classic line of all time.
A hair's dick. Yeah.
A honky was. This is when we were teenagers, and I don't know what he was doing, but he was pissing Mom off there a little bit, and Marty's like, "I don't give a hair's dick what you think," and I had to think about it for quite a while. I'm like, "What does that mean?" But yeah, you know.
So Dave, we've already discussed kind of what our thoughts on the game were and all of that, and obviously we don't need to share them with you because I mean, I'd like to hear yours. Like, how are you feeling? Because I mean, you really like sucked me back into this, right? Like I used to watch games with my grandfather and all that. I moved to Colorado, met you and Katie, and you sucked me back into Husker fandom back in like 2010. And it was good times back then. It was good, but like, it was like wasn't good enough, right? Like, I mean, God, what we would do to have Pelini back at this time, right? I mean, with 9-10 wins every year, we didn't know what we had, but like you watching this game tonight, I did think about you a little bit while I was watching with some friends, seeing them do something they haven't done since 2009, which was shut out an opponent. You commented on a separate thread that we have that, this is what we should do against like a MAC team. How are you feeling overall about like everything you saw? Like you remember those days in the 90s when we were playing our third stringers. I commented earlier about how Landon Davidson, the kid out of Broomfield, who I went to his signing day, all that, he was actually on the field. I think it was like the last 2 or 3 series.
Yeah.
And we were watching him get double teamed. He's number 69 for anybody out there like paying attention, but he was getting double teamed by the Akron, I'm guessing first or second stringers, right? Like, this is our future, third string guy getting double teamed out there. So how are you feeling?
Yeah. Definitely a chicken soup for the Nebraska fan soul type game, right? I mean, especially someone from my era, right? To your point, I mean, this is what being a Nebraska fan in most games during the 80s and 90s felt like. There was always those 2 or 3 games per year where it was going to be a nail biter, but there was a lot of other times where Saturdays were just a party because you knew you were going to win, and it was just by how much. And it did feel like that today, especially rolling into the second quarter there. It could have been worse, right? We should have scored 2 more touchdowns probably there early in the game with, minus the fumble and a stoppage on downs at the 1. This could have been 80-0 practically, I think. And so, I mean, I grew up with these games where it was fun to watch the fourth quarter, to your point, Rob, because you would see the future on the field, right? You get to see the third and fourth string guys. You get to see walk-on players that don't normally ever play on that stage, get to be able to shine a little bit. It was a part of the culture of Nebraska football to have that type of depth that could play against a lower opponent. And so now let's all acknowledge Akron might be the worst MAC team we've ever seen. I'm shocked how bad they are. I mean, this is the team that lost to Wyoming 10-0 at home.
There's no Wyoming slander allowed on this podcast, Dave.
I'm not even slandering them. But the point is that Akron didn't score against Wyoming either at home, with the whole off season to prepare for that game, and they didn't score against us either. But
they almost scored. I mean, they did have a couple field goals attempts, right? They missed one that was wide left.
Yeah,
and then
and let's be honest,
but let's give credit to our special teams. They blocked a field goal, right? Like, I mean, that's
but we didn't see a lot of the stuff we hadn't seen. This guy Theo here, the Raiola spin move. I want to text Monkey on that one, right? I mean, like, he is clearly a little bit more comfortable running the ball and being more physical this year, and that showed up in that play. He actually kept that
drive
ball, and so a lot of positives obviously to take out of the game. It's what you want to see out of an Akron game. I shudder to think what we could do versus Houston Christian.
I mean, we should just
applied ourselves.
We should just start TJ Lateef and be done with it.
I want as many reps, healthy, safe reps for Dylan and Dane Key and Isaiah Hunter as we can. Dane really didn't have much in the first half, so it was good that they found some connection points in the second. Hunter looks like a great possession receiver.
Oh my gosh, both of them, Key and Hunter,
the middle. And then Barney had more punt return yards today than I think we've had in entire seasons multiple times. I mean,
I think the last four. I think Dave. It's funny because you said that in a text message, and I went back and looked. I think he had more return yards tonight than we've had combined.
Yeah.
Last year, the year before, not combined. I'm sorry, but each year total
yard return.
Yeah.
That's like more than we had in an entire season in the past.
Yeah. So it's insane. Especially on those years. And then somebody posted a thing like showing like how many special teams people we have like working with analysts and things like that now compared to what we've had in the past where we had one special teams coach. Now we've got like 10 analysts or something like that. Like
it's ironic that Archie Wilson's parents come here from Australia and then they don't get to see him actually kicking.
Well, I was just looking, so I posted a funny tweet, like just out of, sometimes I post stuff and I'm like, whatever, I'm not really thinking about it. It's a screenshot of like two guys from Nebraska, like making this face, like, and it says Nebraska Cornhuskers 0 punts tonight. And I just put Iowa fans are in shambles. I'm currently sitting
at Iowa putt game was in shambles today.
I've got like 500 likes on it, and I posted it like an hour and a half ago. It's insane. Like, I don't know. It's like this is the sort of game that Nebraska fans' confidence has been like portraying for the last 10 years, right? Like,
I would say that it's also. What I like to think we get out of this game is the players' confidence, right? You just when you do good things, no matter what your opponent is, you feel good about yourself and you feel good about your teammates, and that can build upon itself, right? So, like, you want to execute again next week, and then you got to, go take on Michigan and see what happens, right?
Yeah, we discussed that a little bit actually, Dave, before you came on, where we were up 7-0. We fumbled the ball. We got the safety immediately after, right? It was 9-0, but you're still kind of like thinking, like, God, is this going to happen? Then we kick a field goal. It's 12-0, and then we scored that touchdown to go up 19-0, and it kind of felt like a lot of demons were kind of being exercised right then and there. And then all of a sudden we started to pour it on, right? We were up 30 some odd, what were we up at?
33 to
nothing at half.
Yeah.
And it felt like a lot of demons were being exercised at that time. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that because it's like we kind of we go in. I mean, I know you it drives you crazy when I'm like, oh, the Kool-Aid, like I'm constantly like saying like this is what we should win by. Last week I feel like we should have won by more, but finally, like today, you're kind of like, yeah, this is a Redcast Rob kind of night, right? Like we're
this is what you should try to hopefully get used to,
a
few times per year, right? I mean, there's been a lot of blowouts this week. Pretty crazy. The Oregon Oklahoma State game, et cetera. I feel like maybe, the NIL era, really starting to show me, who's winning on those battlefronts and not, maybe, right? The MAC is definitely getting hit hard here. And, maybe the MAC isn't going to be as competitive in the future. I don't know. But definitely a scenario where you can get excited about Nebraska football just for the fun of it, right? Which has been a hard thing. Honky mentioned, he's taken his wife to a bunch of these payday games, right?
I took my wife to Georgia Southern. I've taken her to 2 games.
Georgia
Dave.
Southern, McNeese.
I took her to Georgia Southern
down the line,
and I took her to Colorado in like 2018
not
or 19.
being easy games, and we finally got one. So, let's just enjoy that, right? There's absolutely a lot of fun and 700 yards of offense and 68 points.
Yeah. I mean, what's the points per what is it, your stat, Dave?
Yards per point, and we're pretty good here. It's probably about 11. We had 68 points and 725 yards, so probably maybe 10.5 actually. That's championship level type stuff.
It is,
and that's even with a couple of drives in the first quarter that didn't actually produce what it should have. So
I think Dylan averaged 11.1 yards per pass tonight.
350, I believe, today.
Yeah,
and
3. Yeah, I mean, give or take. Yeah, I mean,
I know he set a record. He set a personal best.
Yeah, he had 364
when he
yards.
hit 343.
At 490 overall throwing the ball. So, to your point of getting to see players play, I mean, this is where, this is how we developed depth back in the 90s. Again, I don't want to reference that, but TJ Lateef got real action here today, better than ever playing in practice, right? Just because it feels different. And he looked okay, and you could see a little bit of the future there. He's mobile. It's got a good arm.
I'm going to use the word great, Dave. He looked great. He looked comfortable back there. He looked
like a true freshman.
Yeah, he's a true freshman. He's only like 18 years old, and he got in there and in a situation where he could have been nervous, not played to his potential, and he looked every bit of the 4-star quarterback that he is, right? And I mean, he even pulled the ball in, made some runs. He ran that ball in for a touchdown. We have not had that kind of depth or that kind of confidence from our backups. I mean, I don't care if we're blowing the team out and they go in. I don't care. We just have not seen that in so long. Yeah. It's almost to the point where I don't even want to jinx it by continuing to talk about it, but it was awesome,
That's
it was it was awesome, He if you told me that the fact that we got to see him play in the first place, because normally we wouldn't see any of these guys playing. So that to me is a statement in itself. But just to be able to see him play, see him do what he did, and know that he'll probably be our starter in, another 24 months, right? He's going to be the kid that's going to be in this situation with another kid backing him up with I think is Raiola's brother of all people. What's that?
Or is it Trey Taylor? I can't remember who comes in. Do they come in at the same time?
It's
Dayton's first. Trey's 27, I think. Right?
Yeah. So I mean,
is he okay? That's what I couldn't remember is what years they were.
I mean, we just exactly. Thank you, though. You're actually making my point for me. Is that we've got all these kids that are coming in, and I mean, quite frankly, it's going to get to the point where none of them are decommitting because 1, we're going to pay them, and 2, they're going to see this potential to win and to play, and they're just going to want to be here. They're going to be like, I might not start, but I'm probably going to get to, some good time in there.
I do think that what we saw today was I'm not saying the full gamut of the Holgorsen offense, but you did get to see a lot more of it, and there's a lot to like about that, right?
Yeah, we still haven't seen the real deep ball. We saw a couple of passes.
That's fair.
But I also don't think we're putting it on tape for anybody at this point.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm maybe more in broad strokes. I think even in a game where we could have thrown the ball around the entire house, and we did ultimately because we had almost 500 yards passing. We still ran for 250. Emmett was a huge part of the first half. I like the fact that after he fumbled, they didn't put him in the next drive.
Yeah, I do like that.
And that might have actually cost us a touchdown, actually, because if he's in there in the goal line, he might have crossed it. But he had to earn back that trust a little bit. And yeah, I mean, again, a lot to like about that offensive play. Defensively, a lot of tackles for loss. We finally got a sack in, but generally speaking, I mean, the defense, controlled the entire game.
In a game like this, I think sacks are a little bit overrated because that team was doing everything it could to get and so was Cincinnati for that matter, doing everything they could to get the ball out as quickly as possible, right? Like, I mean, there isn't. I don't even know what to make of Akron as a team because they were kind of terrible.
They were pretty bad. Yeah.
They're very bad.
And the thing was like Cincinnati went out today and they won like 34-10 or something like that, right?
34-20. I lost their bet. I got them at 20 and a half. And I'm like, they're going to take care of business. They were up by 21 most of the game.
Yeah.
Ended up winning by 14.
Okay. But my point being is that like somebody was like, maybe Cincinnati's better, or no, maybe we're not as good as we thought we were because Cincinnati and I thought, no, it's the exact opposite. I think we are a lot better than people thought we were because Cincinnati is probably a better team than like people are giving them credit for.
Yeah.
And
I think Cincinnati will find their way to a bowl.
I mean, you guys understand my point, right? Like,
7 or 8
I'm saying that, like, I think if we, in retrospect, when we get to like week 6, 7, or 8, people are going to look back and go, Cincinnati was a quality opponent, right? Like, I mean, and I don't think, and a lot of people were not giving us that kind of credit yesterday.
No, that's fair.
I think it's hard to, and I think I've said this, it's hard to make those judgments early in the season. Do you know what I mean? Like, you look at last year, you think about last year when
preseason polls are bullshit. Sorry, part of my language.
But it's not just, but I mean, it's not even just the preseason poll, but like so if you look at last year, right? Like, so like last year, 2 years ago, Florida State was supposed to make the playoffs. And so then last year, everybody was like, well, they'll be good. They'll be good. And Georgia Tech beats them. And they're like, well, but is Georgia Tech really good? Is Florida State really bad? Like, you don't know. And so even what USC beat LSU and they're like, oh boy, USC's really good. Or they're both kind of average. Like, it's so hard, and people do this, and we all do it. Like, we're all guilty of it. We make these judgments about teams early in the season after one game, and you just don't know. Like, you can't make that judgment yet. I don't know, and I'm going to say this with all sincerity, and I'm sorry to my Oklahoma friends. I didn't know if Oklahoma would be good. Like, you don't know if they're going to be good. Now, they beat Michigan. Is that because they're much better than Michigan? Is Michigan not that good? Like, again, you don't know. You can't make that judgment until you get more data points.
Underwood got brought back to earth. Had 142 yards a day. Pretty normal. So yeah, great questions. Still got a couple more games until you can really start figuring stuff out. I mean, Florida State won 77-3 today. I don't know how good Florida State is still yet, but they're better than last year's Florida State team, I think.
Yep. That's to be fair, it'd be hard to be worse than last year's Florida State team. So.
I had a hard time watching any other football today. Well, one, I'm also coaching my daughter's soccer team, so it's hard to in the morning games. I'm already out there.
I watched lots of football today.
Yeah, and I actually,
you did not watch Iowa State?
I did actually.
The True Farmageddon?
I recorded it, and then I sped through it, and I actually caught up to it by the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But Abby, I do want to make one comment in that you have infected me in the fact that today I came home, I had Iowa State on. I was watching that game, and then I wasn't even watching football. I was actually watching women's volleyball, like instead of football, because it was
volleyball day.
Well, I know, but UNC. The Bears were playing volleyball out in BYU or somewhere like that. They were playing in an invitational there. I was watching that instead of football. Like, what have you done to me, Abby? Like, I literally watching volleyball
Most
instead of football
most
on
out of
Saturday.
conference football is not that interesting. To
It
be
was
fair.
not interesting at all. I was trying to find
There
a
was
game, and
some
I'm
good
like, this would
ones.
be cool,
I
but like,
enjoyed a lot of football today.
well,
I watch football all day. It's
I understand
great.
where you're coming from, Dave. I do get that, but like Iowa State ended. Iowa lost, thank God. But after that, like I couldn't find
Big
anything.
Ten overall looks good. Iowa's offense looks like Iowa's offense, even though they have a new quarterback.
Mhm.
But Michigan State beat BC today
Really?
in overtime.
Yeah.
And Aiden Childs looked really good. Michigan obviously lost, but yeah, I mean, Minnesota, Rutgers, Maryland, Northwestern.
Wisconsin won. Northwestern
Yeah.
won when they played.
Wisconsin
sketchy.
looks terrible out there. Oh my God, they had
Oh yeah,
so
but
bad.
they still won.
They did, but
they did pull away.
Yeah,
they do have their backup quarterback in right now because Billy Edwards is injured. But
yeah, so after 2 weeks, Abby, how are you feeling about Nebraska's chances in the Big Ten right now? Like, where, if you were to like reevaluate after 2 weeks, where would you put Nebraska in the Big Ten?
Oh, I don't know if I've thought about that. I mean, I think unless something awful happens, we're looking at repeat bowl appearances at the very least. We're looking at least 3 Big Ten wins, which is, I think, 4 is the most we've had in a long time.
That's the most pessimistic thing I've ever heard all day.
No, I mean, but that's like the floor. To me, that's our floor is getting back to a bowl game.
What's the ceiling?
11.
11. Okay.
11's the ceiling. Realistic
after
ceiling is like 9 or 10, if I'm being honest. But
after 2 weeks, because Dave, you watch more football than any human being I know, like, because you've always seemed to have like multiple screens up, or you go to a bar.
I had 5 on today. I had 6 at one point, actually.
Thank you, and somehow your brain can handle that. So, tell me how you're feeling like now after 2 weeks. Evaluate for me where you think Nebraska. Give me the floor and the ceiling, since Abby just did that.
Yeah. I mean, like the really aggressive ceiling is probably 11. Although, I mean, Penn State. If Penn State was home, I'd give us some sort of shot. But I mean, on the road, late in the season like that, I don't want to be that optimistic versus Penn State. But
I'd put that as a loss for the record.
But if you look at Michigan at home, USC at home. You've got shots there. I do think that maybe some of our mid-tier games that you felt pretty good at the beginning of the season. I'm looking at Michigan State, and I think Aiden Childs looks pretty legit. They might be tough. Maryland's freshman quarterback had a good first week. Not quite so sharp last night, but could be a little trickier. So, I mean, I still think we're going to have a couple of losses in there, but yeah, I mean, I think we're definitely top half of the league here. And on our schedule, right? We don't have Oregon. We don't have Ohio State.
Oregon looked so good today. That was
yeah, definitely. But I mean, like you could convince me that we're we can.
Which means they'll probably lose 3 games. Oregon looks so good today. They'll probably lose 3 this year.
I have no idea, but they did look very good. Yes.
Yeah, that's like so.
That or Oklahoma State is that bad, and that's intriguing.
I think both things can be true.
Yeah.
I think this is a case of both.
I mean, Dave, I joke because you and I have a mutual friend, Tracy, that like she's a big Oregon fan, and so you and I have kind of been. I don't want to call it invested in Oregon, but we've been invested in Oregon for the last 15 years.
I pay attention, sure.
Yeah, especially because of her, right? Because like whenever we can talk trash, we can. And it's funny because we have seen much better Oregon teams like throughout the years, and we actually beat one of them, right, with that home and away that we played with them.
We did beat Oregon. She was at that game, which was a lot of fun.
I know. And then you and I watched the game at Jackson's. Together that one year. And see, I have a pretty good memory considering. It's funny to me because like Oregon's one of those teams where everyone's like, oh, they're gonna win it. They're gonna win it all. They're a favorite. They are a top 5 team. They are a top 3 team. And then they go out and they lose 4 games. You know what I mean? So like Cal. Remember a few years ago they lost to Cal.
They've got Ohio State State this year? I don't know
They
what
do.
Oregon. Or no, it's Penn State this year. They do
Penn
play-
State,
is
yeah.
it Penn State, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Abby's shaking her head.
And Illinois. I think
They
they
have
got. I think
Illinois?
they have Penn State and Illinois.
Okay. Illinois looked good
I think. Let me
today.
check.
Took care of- So yeah,
Illinois
I mean,
looked
I don't
okay
know. I mean, you could argue that
It took
last
them
year.
a while to get going.
Yeah. They looked okay today.
Well,
don't know
I mean,
good
considering
is the
that
word.
was a very
No, they were
popular
good.
upset pick, actually. You know, and that
Yeah.
was at Duke.
It was a 3.5 point spread. to
Yeah,
start
I'm just
the
saying a lot of people were putting money on Duke. They felt like that could have been a money line sprinkle upset right there.
Well, they don't have Illinois. No,
Yeah,
Oregon
for the-
only has ranked opponents. Oregon has Penn State, Indiana, and that's it. They have two
Oh, wow.
ranked opponents, and one of them's Indiana, which
Yeah. So when do they play Penn State?
yeah. So they might look. Here's the deal: we want to talk about favorable schedules. If they don't lose to Penn State, they're probably not losing to anybody.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, similar to their schedule last year, where you don't
Until
lose to
they
Ohio
lose
State,
to
you're not losing to
Nebraska.
anybody.
Until they lose to Nebraska in the Big Ten championship game.
There's that Kool-Aid.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Never know.
So Oregon's got a very favorable schedule to probably make it. It's going to be a weird, I feel like this is going to be a weird year for the playoffs because you could get multiple teams because
so who's going to be the Indiana this year? I mean, is Nebraska the Indiana this year?
What do we mean by who's the Indiana?
Like the team that nobody really thought would be any.
Well, there was two of them last
Washington.
year, right? Indiana and SMU both made it.
Well, no, I just mean in the Big Ten. Sorry,
Big
Dave.
Ten. Well, I think Illinois, even though they're ranked 11th, still has a lot of question marks. But Altmaier does look sharp, so I can see that.
I just that's the
Could
thing
be
is I
UW.
keep watching some of these. Washington, interesting. They're I'm
they're
actually.
beating your
It's funny
boys,
you say that
Davis.
they're in UC Davis, yeah. Which is funny because here's a fun fact: UC Davis was a rival when I was in college. They were a rival of Sonoma State University, where I went to college. They were a D2 team. We used to play them in soccer. We owned them. For all intents and purposes and everything but football for years. And then, they
moved
cut our
up.
athletic program. Yeah, they did. They did. They moved up to, they were they're actually in the Big Sky Conference now with UNC Bears. Go Bears. Yeah, it's funny because they're on TV behind me and you guys just said that and I forgot.
To your question, Rob,
They're on.
I mean, Nebraska could be that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the trick there, I think, is beat Michigan in a couple of weeks, then take care of what we have. We have the 3 M's, right? We've all played. We play Maryland,
Michigan, Maryland, and
Michigan State, and Minnesota, right?
yeah.
Somehow
And Maryland.
and Maryland.
yeah, so
4
I'm saying
M's.
those
4
3, right?
That's
4?
4. Michigan,
Well, yeah,
Maryland.
I was getting past Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Michigan, and then the next of the 3 M's. A lot of M's.
M's.
And then you got something there where wow, I mean end of the season you're gonna have USC, Penn State, and Iowa, right? So I mean,
Could be tough. Could be a tough stretch there.
yep.
Yeah, but who knows? The season it's a long season.
Full
but
of promise, Rob. Full of promise.
It is. And thank you, Dave, for drinking the Kool-Aid with me. But at this point in the season, 2 games in, and this is the first time in a long time where I'm looking forward to week 4 as opposed to oh God, next week we really need to come out and do this, or next week we really need to come out and do that.
Yeah.
Right. It's not feeling that way. I might even want to get together with you, Dave, and watch a game for the first time in a while.
Maybe we could do that.
We should probably do that.
Yeah.
We can't go to the Giggle and Grizzly.
Dave answers that like my mom used to answer things yeah, maybe.
No,
No, actually, we were talking about maybe there's a new
Honky's
Husker
coming out.
bar, I guess, not too far from my house. That seems like a potential landing spot. So we should chat.
Yeah, we should. I know Honky's coming out too for a week
Maryland game.
Yeah, when I can't remember when that is.
October 10th.
Okay, yeah, good. Soccer's over by then, so we can definitely plan that. So, yeah, it's been, oh boy. Yeah, it's just crazy. Like I'm not quite sure how to cage these emotions at this point because like I'm not used to this
Don't
in week
cage
2.
them. What did I
Yeah.
just
Dude,
tell you? Embrace them and
read
like let
all the
yourself-
articles.
I
This
can't
is simple.
embrace
It's to
them.
read all the articles, every single one of them.
What's
About
Sam
half of them tonight
McEwen?
before you wake up, and then or before you go to bed, and then the other half tomorrow morning.
Like, I swear to God, if Sam
bask in the
McEwen
victory.
says one negative thing about this game, I'm driving out to Lincoln and yelling at him
Then
to
don't
his
read
face.
any of it, Rob. Then just don't. Just sit in your feelings of being happy about this.
I am so happy right now. Like, I even
Then
drank at
sit
home.
in
Like,
that
for the
and let
record,
yourself
for the
feel
record,
that.
for Redcasters, my wife is sober, so like I don't drink
Oh.
while I'm at my house. That's okay. Dave will be back. I don't drink while I'm at my
Okay.
house. And I had a beer with you, Abby. I actually have a bottle of whiskey I almost opened. It's very good. It's like a $200 bottle. But I'm gonna wait till we win a national championship for that one. So it could sit around for a while. I mean, and when I say a while, I mean like
till
January. Yeah, January. So
December when we win one in volleyball.
oh yeah, that's true. I was talking about football, but
Which also, can we talk about
hey,
that
Dave,
real quick?
Dave, did you
How
tell Katie I
fun-
said hi? Like what when you logged off there for a second?
Guys, I'm going to take off.
Okay.
Okay.
Great chatting, though.
Cool.
A great
Tell the girls-
victory.
Good to see
Tell
you,
the
babe.
girls hello, please.
That's right. GBR. Take care, guys.
GBR.
Bye.
Yeah, and we've been at this for an hour, Abby. So I mean, we don't really owe anybody anything other than that. But you know, I need to talk this through, and I'm really glad that you joined it. So I'm gonna, you know what? Let's give you. Hold on. Is there like a hot take thing that we're supposed to like throw up there when we do it? Like,
I don't
I don't
think
even
so.
know. No hot take thing. Oh, parting shots. Ready?
Oh, is that what we're on? Okay.
There you go. Okay, parting shot.
So I have two. We'll do one, which is just an oh God, I have three. I'm so sorry. One, I love that BTN showed the drone show today. Like that was so great. There were so many people at our watch site who have not been to a home night game, and so they've never seen it like happen. They've only seen pictures. And they were amazed. So like shout out to that creative team and to everybody involved in that. It was great. Shout out to BTN for showing it in its entirety. It was amazing. Two, I love that they talked so much about Nebraska volleyball. I was just like so excited that it was in the middle of a football game. And I get it was a blowout football game, but that they talked about this team and they talked to Andy and they talked about how good and dominant that team is. Love it. They play tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I think 1 o'clock.
I think it's 1 o'clock. I think it's 1.
And then finally my
Well,
parting
1 your
shot.
time, like noon or 11 my time. I can't remember. So
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's one in God's country.
all right, last one.
My last one is for you, Rob. It is for anybody listening who's like maybe in this like, oh, let's criticize. But again, I'm not a licensed therapist. I took a lot of the classes.
You are a doctor though.
I am a doctor. I have in psychology. So like I am a psychologist. But like sit with your feelings. Sit
Do you
in this
accept
feeling.
insurance, Abby?
No, sorry.
No, damn it.
I don't actually see people. I don't like people enough to have to deal with their problems on a daily basis.
Even me,
However,
especially me.
yeah, especially you. Enjoy this. Guys, embrace this. Don't look ahead. Don't stress about that. Just embrace this like feeling that we get that we haven't had in a long time and just enjoy it. Don't ruin it. Just enjoy whatever that means. If that means have a drink, have a drink. If that means you talk to people, talk to people. That means rewatching the game right now. Go rewatch the game right now. I don't care. But like as a fan base, we don't get enough of these moments. So enjoy them and celebrate them and save the criticism and looking at the criticism. There's place for it, but save it. It's 11:30 here in Central Time. You got half an hour the rest of today to enjoy the day and enjoy this win. And so please do that. Please do that and be and love it. And I guess because I have it because of what happened with Izzy Stark at Penn State. But remember to be kind. It's really easy to do this week because we didn't have not a lot went wrong. So but just know in the future, please remember all of that these are still kids and these are young adults, and yes, they get paid, but they're still young adults, kind of navigating adult and still kind of childlike worlds. So be kind, and that includes to yourself, to enjoy all of this. Okay,
All right.
that's 4. I'm sorry. I'm beating hockey.
You're okay, Abby. And all I have to say for my parting shot is go Big Red. And that's another Go Big Redcast.
A Herd at Sports Network production.